Ned Razin, a lawyer from southern Florida, leads a random personal life. He is engaged in minor affairs and often flirts with women. One summer evenings, he meets Maddie Walker, a young and attractive woman married to a rich businessman, Edmund Waker. A novel is quickly tied between them. They begin to regularly meet secretly, avoiding suspicions from others. Maddie tells the disease that she cannot divorce her husband, because under the marriage contract she will lose condition. At the same time, she expresses hostility to Edmund and mentions that she would like him to die. Soon they are discussing the possibility of killing Edmund. Ned agrees, believing that he can plan everything so that the suspicions do not fall on him or on her. Ned accidentally meets Maddie and Edmund in a restaurant. Maddie represents Ned as a lawyer interested in the purchase of one of Edmund's houses. At dinner, Edmund makes a remark that he would remove anyone who would have an affair with his wife. This enhances tension. Meanwhile, Neds are associated with the old client, Teddy Lewis, who knows how to make homemade explosive devices. He asks him to make a bomb with a timer. The plan of Ned is to create an alibi. He leaves for Miami and is registered at the hotel. Late at night, he returns, penetrates the house of Edmund and eliminates it. Then he and Maddie load his body into the car and take him to an abandoned building belonging to Edmund. Ned sets an explosive device to stage the death of Edmund as a result of an accident or arson. After the explosion and Maddie parted, having agreed not to contact, until the design of the inheritance is completed. After some time, Edmund's lawyer is not binded and reports that a new will was recently drawn up, supposedly Edmund himself, and was drawn out. This causes bewilderment, since Ned does not remember signing it. The testament is attested to a woman named Mary Ann Simpson, whom Ned saw only once. It is impossible to find her now. The judge, who has a bad opinion on professionalism, recognizes the will invalid due to violations in the right of ownership. This makes Maddie the only heiress of the state of Edmund. Ned realizes that Maddie forged the will intentionally, knowing that it would be declared invalid, and this will provide her with all the property. He also understands that she ignored his warning about the risks of falsification of documents. Friends of Ned, prosecutor Peter Lovenstein and Detective Oscar Grace, begin their own investigation. They suspect that Maddie is involved in the murder of her husband. The disease is forbidden to meet her. He violates the ban, starting to openly communicate with Maddie, hoping to confuse the police. The police finds out that Edmund's body was moved after the death of his glasses that he always wore disappeared. This confirms the suspicion that he was killed in another place. Further, it becomes clear that Maddie lied about Simpson. Alibi Neo begin to check, and it looks unreliable. The girl's niece Edmund was a witness to one of the secret dates of Ned and Maddie, but during interrogation she does not recognize Ned, which temporarily facilitates his position. Ned continues to doubt Maddie's intentions. One acquaintance says that he recommended a woman named Maddie. Later, Teddy Lewis says that a woman addressed him with questions about how to attach a bomb to the door. This is alarming. Maddie calls and reports that her maid found the missing points of Edmund and agreed to return them. She asks not to pick them up from the boat barn. When Ned arrives there, he notices the wire leading to the door. Maddie appears, and Ned asks her to enter and take glasses. At this moment, an Oscar appears and watches what is happening. Maddie opens the door of the barn, which immediately explodes. A strongly charred body is found in place. According to dental notes, it is identified as Maddie's body. Ned was arrested and placed in prison. However, he is convinced that Maddie is alive. He claims that the woman, known to him as Maddie, was actually different. She pretended to be a real Maddie in order to hide her past from Edmund. He suggests that Mary Ann Simpson was a real witness to a fake will, and then became an obstacle and was killed. If Nada died in the same explosion, the police would find two bodies and would have closed the case on this. Ned is convinced that everything was adjusted from the very beginning. Oscar refuses to believe these guesses, recalling the disease that the fact of the murder of Edmund remains unchanged. While in prison, Ned receives a copy of the school annual, in which there are photos of the real Maddie Tyler and Mary Ann Simpson. He recognizes Simpson as a woman with whom he communicated earlier. Under her photograph, the nickname of the vamp and the goal of get rich and go to live in an exotic country is written. Mary Ann is now under a new person on a tropical beach, enjoying a new life. The plan was a success. Ned remained in prison and she is free.